How we doing, everybody? UFC Thoughts here, and today I'm going to be recapping UFC Vegas 108 Taira versus Park. Wrapped up yesterday at, I don't remember, it was like midnight, essentially. Pretty decent card. Had a lot of finishes. Not a lot, but some cool finishes. Main card had two Fight of the Year candidates. Pretty solid fight night for the most part. I did decent on picks. I went 8-4, and in the main event, I got it correct. Speaking of the main event, let's get right into it. Tatsuro Taira versus Hyun-Sung Park. Not a whole lot to talk about when it comes to this fight. A lot of it was control time from Tatsuro Taira. He dropped Hyun-Sung Park, I want to say like a minute into the first round, landed a right straight, and then Hyun-Sung Park backed up a lot, and Tatsuro kind of blitzed in, kind of switching sides, and then threw like a corkscrew of a right straight, like two in a row, and the second one ended up dropping Hyun-Sung Park. Because people forget how long, like, Tatsuro Taira has a crazy frame for flyweight. Every single time I see him fight, I'm like, Jesus, he's a weirdly, like, big guy for the division. He's got crazy long arms. His striking looked improved. He dropped Hyun-Sung Park in the first round. And then he had his back for, like, the rest of the round. So, first round, Tatsuro Taira, obviously, he ended up getting knocked down and then control time. Round two, Tatsuro immediately shot a takedown, essentially, into the round after a slight, like, exchange on the feet. Tatsuro shot a double leg, ended up getting it. And then he got the back pretty quick. Locked up a neck crank. He was always searching for the rear naked choke, probably the thing he does the most. But he couldn't get under the chin of Hyun-Sung Park, and that's what he wanted. But this time around, he was just like, fuck it, I'm a crank on his head. And he was crushing Hyun-Sung Park's jaw. So, yeah. Good performance from Tatsuro Taira. It sucks that Hyun-Sung Park lost all that momentum that he just had. You know what I mean? I'm a huge Tatsuro Taira fan. I'm so happy to see him back in the... I'm very happy, thank you! But... Hyun-Sung Park was probably one of my most, like, praised prospects on the rise at flyweight. There aren't a lot of them. He was probably, like, either, like, 2 or 3. Lone Kavanaugh is probably 1. But Hyun-Sung Park looked really good up to this point. And now in this fight, he got beat quite literally everywhere. So now I don't really know how good he is when it comes to this types of level of competition because he didn't really do anything. You know what I mean? There aren't a lot of Tatsuro Tairas running around, though. So, great performance from Tatsuro Taira. He called out Pantoja. I don't think you should do that. I don't think he deserves a title shot. He just lost to Royval, and Royval just lost to Joshua Van. I think you do Tatsuro Taira versus... I think you do him versus a Moreno next. Moreno coming off an Urseg win and an Albazi win. You do Taira versus him, or Taira versus Kai Kara-France. I'd rather see the Moreno fight because I think that would give a for sure next contender at flyweight after Joshua Van fights Pantoja. Because Moreno would then be on a 3-fight winning streak. You could honestly be like, his fight with Pantoja last time was close. Moreno's a superstar. But if Taira beats Moreno, it's like, oh, well, Tatsuro's on a 2-fight win streak. You can give it to him. You know what I mean? He's a fresh contender for Pantoja. So, yeah, I'd like to see that probably as a main event at near the end of the year. It seems like they're leaving the Apex more and more. I don't think we have an Apex card listed at all in September, October, and November as of yet. So, yeah, maybe things are shaping up. But we move to the co-main event, one of the two fight of the nights, as you can see. The other one was Elvis Brenner, Esteban Ribovic. Really cool fight. This was an insane, just scrap, all in all. This was nuts. Are these the numbers? I don't feel like those are the numbers. Are those the numbers? I guess so. I gave the first round to Rombetsky. Basically, a lot of it was Chris Duncan on the back foot, jabbing and elbowing, crashing in when Rombetsky was. Kind of like crashing in like that. And just jabbing away, throwing a lot of kicks, which almost all of them landed. And Mateusz Rombetsky was... Dude, he looked like a fucking different person by the end of the fight. His right eye was swelled shut. He had a huge hematoma on the top of his head that, like, followed his hairline. Like, the base of it was at the back end of the right side of his hairline, and then it, like, went down to, like, his eyebrow. It was disgusting. But it, like, followed his hairline. It didn't, like, go all the way around. It, like, stopped at where his hair goes in. So it would be like, you can't see me, but I'm trying to... I don't know. I thought this was a really crazy fight. Visible damage is very much in favor of Chris Duncan in this fight, which is probably why he won this fight. And also, I feel like he did just land better shots. Like, the first 2 rounds, I felt like Rebecki was doing more than Duncan, but I felt like Duncan landed really good shots on Rombetsky. And also, visible damage would heavily favor Chris Duncan in this fight. Like, at the end of the round, I'm surprised they let Rombetsky continue into the third. His eye was literally shut. There's no way he could see out of it. And then round 3 was very clearly Chris Duncan. I think one of the first 2 rounds you could give to Rombetsky. I think it's the first round, even though that's where the hematoma starts, and I'm pretty sure that's where his nose gets busted up with an elbow. But he did slightly off-balance Chris Duncan, and he did land probably some of his best shots there. But Rombetsky was landing really good shots throughout. It was a competitive fight. I think Duncan did win. I think that's something that everyone can probably agree on. Even though the numbers like this, the numbers in the first 2 rounds don't really show the fight, in my opinion. Especially the second round. I feel like Duncan landed really good shots in the second round. He hurt him with a head kick in the second round, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, really good fight. Really good fight between these two. Duncan... proving me wrong again. That's 3 fights in a row that he just keeps proving me wrong. Duncan's gonna be the DDP of lightweight at this point, where I don't really, like, he doesn't really have that, like, pizzazz factor about him. But he just is beating everyone, except for Manuel Torres, which he hurt him in, like, the first 30 seconds. Also, his durability in this fight was incredible. You know, Charlie Campbell lands 3 hooks on him and he's dead, essentially. You know what I mean? Manuel Torres lands 1 slightly glancing head kick and Chris Duncan is doing the fucking Kevin Lee fucking chicken dance. But Mateusz Rombetsky, who's dropped Loic Radzhabov, Carlos Diego Vejea, literally everybody that he's fought, essentially. Even Muktabek Orobai, he fucking beat the shit out of Muktabek Orobai at one point. Nope. Chris Duncan's too good, dude. I don't even know what you do with Chris Duncan. Do you give him ranked opposition? Because I don't think he's in... I think he's too above Terrence to do that fight. I don't think you do Terrence versus Chris Duncan. I think that would be a banger of a fight, by the way, but... I think Chris Duncan's probably in line to get a fight with, like, fucking... I don't even know. Nasrat Haqparast? Maybe? Drew Dober? Ignacio Bahamondes, even, like, this dude's close to rankings at this point. He's probably, like, top 25, top, like, 20, like, he's probably 23rd or 22nd. Maybe even higher than that. This is fucking nuts. Maybe he fights, like, Muktabek Orobai next. Rombetsky, I don't know what you do. He's such a tank, but I don't know. We move to the other fight of the night, Elvis Brenner versus Esteban Ribovic. This was a badass fight as well. I thought Esteban won the first and third round of the fight. I thought Elvis Brenner, shockingly enough, looked his best in the second. Like, it was crazy because he actually started putting together combinations. Esteban Ribovic, another cult classic performance from him. Every fight of his has been nuts in his career. You know what I mean? The Hawk-Pross fight was badass. Zellhuber fight, badass. Cameron Leclerc fight, badass. Loic Rajibov, badass. Terrence McKinney, insane finish. Yeah, that was like the only fight that wasn't like extremely badass, and that's just because he killed Terrence McKinney in like 30 seconds. But again, this fight with Elvis Brenner, badass. You know what I mean? Like, it's another really good fight from Esteban Ribovic. Again, showing that he can just outwill his opponents. First round, they didn't credit him with a knockdown, but he somewhat like dropped Elvis Brenner and landed a lot of really good shots. I thought he was about to finish him in the first round. I was like, oh, come on, don't. It was almost like the Poirier-Holloway fight where I was like, don't finish him. You know, like, let this go on a little bit. I want to see a second, third round. Come on, don't finish him yet. Even though I want to get my pick right, you know what I mean? I'm just like, don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Yeah, but he outdamaged him in the first round. Second round, I gave to Elvis Brenner. He was landing really good ones and twos. Round 3, Esteban at the beginning of the round just was outpacing Elvis Brenner. Elvis Brenner was seemingly slowing down. And then, like, near the end of the round, Elvis actually started landing really good shots of his own. And Esteban was the round was slightly getting away from him, so he started to clinch and then was just spamming hooks. Good performance from Esteban. I want to see him throw more kicks. His kicks are surprisingly and shockingly fast for a guy of his stature and build. Like, it's quick. It's wild how quickly he can get his leg up. And I will say this about Esteban. Y'all know how much of a fan I am of him. I need to edit my banner and put him in there. He could be a case of a fighter where he's only as good as his chin is, because his fight style is very, like, head forward, crashing into everything. Elvis has power, which is why I'm shocked Esteban didn't get, like, visibly hurt at all in this fight. It was very shocking to me, because Elvis does hit really fucking hard. But yeah, Esteban Ribovic back in the win column. Dude, this card was Tatsuro Taira, Esteban Ribovic. Like, this is goated. We move to Karol Rosa versus Nora Cornell. Both of the underdogs I picked on this card, of course, lost, because why would they win? Dominant performance from Karol Rosa. First round I gave to Nora Cornell. I thought she did more work in the first round, did more damage. Round 2 and 3, very clearly Karol Rosa. Very clearly Karol Rosa. Karol Rosa gets a takedown very early in the round, holds Nora Cornell down for the entire round because she was able to get up when Jocelyn Edwards took her down. She was able to reverse position, but when good old Karol Rosa gets her down, she can't do jack shit. So, Nora Cornell, a loss just because she's not very well versed on the ground. Not as good as I thought she was on the ground, because she's shown skills. Like, she submitted Haley Cohen. She was able to reverse position, like I said, against Jocelyn Edwards. She was able to defend every takedown from Melissa Mullins and actually finish her. Karol Rosa is where the line is. That's where the line's drawn in the sand, apparently. The striking in this fight was pretty cool. Like, Karol Rosa was slinging hammers. Karol Rosa wins. You probably do her versus, I don't know. I feel like she's only fighting up-and-comers. Maybe her versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. Fuck it. We move to Neil Magny versus Elizeu Zaleski dos Santos. This was a dominant performance from Neil Magny. The first round was close. I think the first round you could give to Elizeu Zaleski. Dude, round 2, I don't know why people still actively clinch with Neil Magny when that is where he's at his strongest. If you're not searching for a takedown, which Elizeu wasn't, he got one takedown after that, he was just clinching to clinch. Don't do it. He's incredibly... Neil Magny is not a very dangerous person, in my opinion. In the clinch, he is. He is dangerous. He has the shitty Njokuani frame. He's got brutal knees, good elbows. And he's got such long limbs that he can get those front choke positions with ease. It's what happened with Daniel Rodriguez when he fought Neil Magny. He started clinching with Daniel Rodriguez for absolutely no reason. Or Neil Magny for no reason, Daniel Rodriguez. And then he lost position, got a front choke on him. This time Neil Magny didn't throw knees. He just genuinely pulled the Darce and then finished him. I'm still mad about that performance, by the way. D-Rod should have won that. I can't believe that he threw that fight like that. But yeah, Elizio decides to clinch with him, ends up getting in a front choke position. Neil Magny lands 4 knees to his fucking head that hurts him really bad, and then gets his back and then flattens him out and just finishes him. Great performance from Neil Magny. That's a really good performance. I don't know who you give him next. I don't know. Is there an up-and-comer that isn't named Mike Malott that's, like, deserving of that type of fight? Phil Rowe already lost to him. And Brian Battle moved back up to middleweight. Him and Randy Brown, I still think, would be very fun. I think that fight would be very fun. You could do old head battle, him versus Wonder Boy. Muslim Salikov as well is there. I don't know. You could Kevin Holland. Like, there's a lot of people in the closer to the tops of the rankings that you could do. Great performance from Neil Magny, though. We move to Danny Silva, to the start of the main card, Danny Silva versus Kevin Vallejos. Clear win for Kevin Vallejos. He won the first and second round, in my opinion. Third round, I did give to, I don't know. You could give the third round to Danny Silva. It was close. The third round was close. First 2 rounds very clearly were Kevin Vallejos, in my opinion. We learned some stuff about Kevin Vallejos in this fight. We did. He's not, I don't know if it was just me. I thought he looked a little bit like robotic in this fight, a little bit stiff from his previous performances. His last 2 performances, he was super fluid with his combinations this fight. Since he was missing so much, because Danny Silva was moving his head very well, and Kevin Vallejos was still kind of just like head hunting. He never like singled out the body. He did it like 3 or 4 times to my like remembrance, but he never like. Sometimes in his fights he'll just rip a left hook to the body. He only did it in combinations. He wasn't just like soloing the body. But that's because Danny Silva was constantly looking for those up the middle kind of attacks, like an uppercut or like a knee up the middle, which was working well early on for him, but then he kind of abandoned it as the fight went on. Kevin, he looked good. It was a good win for him. Danny Silva's not an easy guy to beat, even though you could argue that he didn't win his debut. But yeah, Kevin Vallejos moves up the rankings. Not the rankings, but like the unranked ranking side of things. Danny Silva was probably pretty high, considering everything. And also, Danny Silva, stop fucking taunting. You're not winning the fight. He genuinely looked shocked after putting up these types of numbers in the first 2 rounds. You didn't win the fucking fight, pal. Just because you're not Marab. Are you Marab? You're not, buddy. You can't just taunt your way to a fucking victory, pal. You gotta do some shit. So Kevin Vallejos, we won. We won this fight. We did this. Kevin Vallejos openly endorsing the we movement. Yeah, good win for Kevin Vallejos. We did learn some stuff about him, though. He is not as fluid of a boxer as I thought he was, especially in this fight. We move to the featured prelim, Rinya Nakamura versus Nathan Fletcher. Rinya didn't even need to shoot a takedown on the feet. Nathan was pressing forward, landed a good low kick, and then Rinya digged his toes. He threw a body kick, but he didn't like flatten his foot. He actually just dug his toes into Nathan Fletcher's liver. Shut him down. Nathan Fletcher falls down. Rinya Nakamura gets a finish. That's about it. Rinya back in the win column. Hopefully this doesn't make him not wrestle at all anymore. Getting another finish like this. I was really interested to see how the wrestling would play out in this fight, but Nathan Fletcher falls down to the first sign of adversity, which sucks because Nathan Fletcher actually looked good against Kalen Loughran, so for him to lose 2 fights in a row kind of sucks. Rinya, you could do him versus like Felipe Lima next. That would be a badass fight. That would actually be sick. Low-key, I'm cold with it. Either that or Alexandre Topuria. Fuck it. People talk about Alexandre Topuria so much. This motherfucker's inactive as shit and doesn't fight at all. People are like, rankings by the end of 2026. Alexandre Topuria, rank number 3. Like, dude, we've seen him against Colby Thickness. Let's calm the fuck down. We move to Rodolfo Vieira versus Tresean Gore. By the way, I went 3-3 on the main card. Right, wrong, right, wrong, wrong, right. And then on the prelims, I went 5-1. This was the one fight I got wrong. Dude, I predicted I knew Rodolfo would never get Tresean Gore down. He got him down a little bit in the first round, and then Tresean got back up without giving up his back. He did absolutely nothing in this fight, though. Rodolfo's striking did look improved. I did not know that Rodolfo started training with the Fighting Nerds, so his striking actually looked good. Rodolfo's always had like a solid jab, but that's always kind of been it. You know what I mean? Like, that's always... He actually looked better in this fight. He was actually doing more than just having a jab. Which makes it so much more irritating for me, even though I picked Petroski to beat him, that Petroski beat him. You know what I mean? Like, it makes no fucking sense to me at all that Andre Petroski was able to defeat him in their fight. It makes no fucking sense to me that Andre can, but Tresean couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, that just, like, that shit doesn't make shit to me. You know, like, that's, what? Tresean, he just needed to do more. He didn't do more, and he's probably going to get cut. What is that, 2-4 in the UFC now? They're probably going to cut him. He's just way too inexperienced. And the thing is, his 5-4 record, because he is 5-4 now, doesn't show how good he can be. He can actually do something. But he did get his ass kicked in April. I probably should have taken that into account. Good win for Rodolfo Vieira, by the way. I don't think I'm saying that enough. Great win. Great performance. He didn't even get to his realm of the fight, like, at all. And he outdid Tresean in his. That's great. That's a great performance. That's doing better than where your opponent is at his best, and doing better than him at that when your best option doesn't work. Hell, that's goated, dude. Rodolfo Vieira should probably be looking at, Andre Petroski in February. Middleweight, up-and-comer. Who could you give him to? Navajo Sterling's fighting Rodolfo Bellato in Perth. Do the winner of that versus Rodolfo. How about that? Or Rodolfo versus, like, the winner of Ruzi Boyev battle. Something like that. I don't know. Or Mansour Abdul Malik, if you want to see something. Or Cody Brundage. We move. It's a Nick Klein versus Andre Pulayev. Literally what I expected to happen happened. I predicted this fight, may I just say, to a fucking T. I said that I predicted everything that would happen in this fight. I don't predict fights like fully correct a lot of the time. I miss some things that are going to happen. This fight, I literally said in the first round, Nick Klein's grappling is going to be scary. He's going to take down Andre Pulayev probably with ease, because Andre Pulayev, maybe not with ease, but able to outmuscle him, because Andre Pulayev is very fucking weak. He just does look very weak. And that's what happened. Even then, you could still argue Andre Pulayev gets the first round, because I thought he landed the best shots in the round. Round 2, quite literally the same thing. Is Nick Klein just charging at him, trying to get takedowns. Andre Pulayev is the fresher fighter, because Nick Klein, I said it in the fight, I said this shit, dude. It shocks me how he keeps a pace that he can't keep, and he just always does it. He's like, Nick Klein is what people think Khamzat is. Like, he literally is so shit going into the second round. He literally does the most in the first round just to not be able to keep that same pace. Andre Pulayev body kicks him, sends him to the stratosphere with that body kick, and then lands a good 1-2. Nick Klein shuts down. Andre Pulayev gets a finish. Great win for Andre Pulayev. Andre Pulayev is not bad. He is genuinely just a weak man in a big man division. So anyone the same size as him who has like somewhat good cardio and can somewhat like show their presence in the fight, like a CLD, like a Christian Leroy Duncan, like a Gregory Rodriguez, like a Joe Pyfer, those guys will definitely beat Andre Pulev. And Nick Klein, definitely not. He literally gassed out after the first round just because he threw 30 total strikes and went for 5 takedowns. That's about it. Andre Pulev did go to the body a lot, though. So, great performance. We move to Austin Bashi versus John Giannis. Atomic Bomb versus Coughing Baby. Austin Bashi on the feet was kind of wading in and out of range, landed a good hook. John went forward for 1 second, and Austin Bashi got a takedown, got his back, beating the shit out of him, ended up getting a rear naked choke. John Giannis has the Texans logo tattooed on him, so that should tell you how good of a fighter he is. He's probably on a fucking... The crazy thing is he's probably on like a 3-fight deal with the UFC. Why is this on my fucking screen, dude? Get off! Get off my fucking screen! But, so we're gonna have to see this guy probably 2 more times in the UFC. So get ready for more John Giannis. All right, Austin Bashi gets the layup, dunks it. Good win. Good win for Austin. Not a good win. This is a terrible fighter, but good performance. He looked good. He looked how you should against a John Giannis. Yeah, I mean, we move to Rafael Esteban versus Felipe Bunis. Low-key, decent scrap. Round one is so weird to score because Rafael, on the feet, they're both landing good shots, and then Rafael gets the takedown. Doesn't do any damage with it. But Felipe Bunis goes for like a buggy choke for like the last 45 seconds. And it never really was like fully tight, but it's a buggy choke. It's like an attempt to finish the fight. And he also went for like an arm bar earlier in the round. Or triangle, I think it was. Round 2 and 3 are very clearly Rafael Esteban, though. Very clearly. Gets the takedown very easily. Felipe Bunis. Like I said in the video, this is going to be a guy that actually matches the cardio of Esteban, which is not very great. Even though Rafael, his cardio did look improved, to be fair to him. He actually looked better in this fight than he did in his last 2 fights. And he's starting to get a bit more active. Felipe Bunis is just shit. That's about it. He's just not very good. He's too old. Not very good at anything. So, yeah, Rafael Esteban gets another free win. I would like to see him fight an Andre Lima type person next. Someone like that. I don't want to see him against this type of level of competition. Because they're doing the same thing with Andre Lima, where they're giving him, like, easy fights. I'm pretty sure that Andre Lima was supposed to be fighting... Was he supposed to be fighting Felipe Bunis on this card? I think he was. I think Rafael actually stepped up short notice. Maybe. Who was he supposed to fight? I feel like Andre Lima was supposed to be getting a very easy fight. Let me check this out. Tapology. I'm not doing it on my PC because fuck that. I want to keep it like... Who was Andre Lima supposed to fight? He was supposed to be fighting Felipe Bunis, so this was actually short notice for Rafael Esteban. So that might be why he missed weight. So, yeah. I don't know. I think you do Esteban, Andre Lima next. Fuck it. They're both up-and-coming contenders. I want to see some shit. That'd be a really fun fight. I'm sick and tired of seeing them both get, like, easy comp. I want to see some shit. But let's move to the start of the entire card. Pierre Rodriguez, Ketlin Souza. Decent fight. Decent WMMA fight. Split decision, obviously. Because why wouldn't it be? If the stats could load. That'd be great. Are they not going to load? They might not load. Oh. I think I broke it. I think I might have broke it. Where do I click on this? See, that's working. How will this work? Piera Rodriguez won because she was grappling. And also she did just a bit more on the feet, in my opinion. Oh. Give me the numbers. There we go. All right. Yeah, round 1, I gave to Piera Rodriguez. I thought she landed some really good shots. Landed a lot of good knees to the body in this fight. Ended up getting 2 takedowns. Round 2, again, basically the same thing. Round 3 was close. I think you could give this round to Ketlin Souza. But, again, she just got taken down. But she did get up. Ketlin Souza has good get-ups. She's taken down easily, but she does get up pretty well. So, props to her for that. Again, this was just a fight that she kind of just didn't do enough. Like, the Angela Hill fight, she could have won, but she didn't do enough in the 3rd round, in my opinion. Like, even though I think you could argue Ketlin Souza won, she just kind of, like, let it. She shouldn't have, like, let her get up from the trip. She should have gotten on her and thrown some shit. But Piera Rodriguez just did more than Ketlin Souza in this fight. So, it's sad that, you know, we got to see this chick again. But, yeah, good card. Decent card. Some decent fights. Main card was actually pretty solid. 2 Fight of the Year candidates back-to-back in the Apex, of course, because why wouldn't they be? Tyra won, so life is good. Ribovich won, so life is good. Rini Nakamura won, so life is good. Austin Bashi won. I don't know, I'm just a fan of Austin Bashi. Somewhat. He's somewhat. Like, this is what he should have. Like, come on. C-Rod in your debut? That's fucked up. I'm going to try and get a video out for you guys this week. I don't know what it will be. I'll figure something out. This weekend, UFC Vegas 109, Dolidze versus Hernandez. Again in the Apex. I'm going to be honest with you, not a great card. There is not a lot of fights on there that I'm super geeked about. There's maybe 2 or 3, and one of them is the main event, which is, you know, somewhat good. But if you like the video, give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe. Leave a comment down below. How did you guys do on picks? And what would you guys like to see next? I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.